like a holy place. Somehow it looks like the Ark of Noah, somehow. And animals also here, inshallah, elephants, tigers, lions, snakes, and all kinds of animals. Yes. And this time, the human beings, they are animals actually, wild animals, wild beasts in the form of human being today. Like this Maulana was saying. It's like this. But this place that we are here is not an accident, accidentally. It is guided by Maulana Sheikh. Because when Sheikh Yahya, he just reminded us today, I think 3 years or 4 years ago, he was driving a bus with the people, his bus driver, with tourist bus coming here, and he was reading about this chapel. There's a chapel actually from Protestants, this place here, and he was thinking he had a free time, and he was thinking to himself, he visit this place. Yes, sir. Oh no. Client from far. I have 2 clients, 2 sorts of clients. One is psychiatry, and the other is money, for money, calling. 2 people calling me. Sometimes different, but mainly this. Alhamdulillah. Yes, and Sheikh Yahya, he was going to see this chapel. When he entered this chapel, he saw Maulana Sheikh, actually. He saw him, very big and very powerful. He was filling the whole place through his miraculous powers and secrets. And that was a sign. That was a sign that he decided to make meetings here. And this is the 3rd time, mashallah, and it's really barakah. It's really a true thing that Maulana is here. He is here. And there is a lot of barakah, a lot of benefit, mashallah. And people coming, mashallah, from far also, from Sweden, from Italy, from France, from Belgium also coming people, inshallah, and Holland, but not from Freiburg. Freiburg is too near. They're not appreciating. They're thinking, no. Freiburg is not so interested in such meetings. But it's good. It's good. It's a good meeting. Anything is good. Not only this is good, it is good to visit someone. You know, to visiting someone, to meet a brother, also only if there's 2, it's a big benefit, and there's a big secret, especially if we are approaching with the time. The Prophet was saying, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that, or I don't know, I must not, let's say Grand Sheikh, he said, Grand Sheikh of Hassan, he was saying that, but they have everything from Prophet, so it must be. He was saying that if in this time, anyone visiting someone for the sake of Allah, you know, not to visit him to get your money back. You know? That's also okay, but no. Just to say salams. Even 5 minutes, he's passing there. He knows brothers living there, sister, someone. He is visiting. Even 5 minutes, he is saying, salam, how are you, brother? MashaAllah. Drinking one glass of water or something, sitting down 5 minutes, and then say, I have to go. That, the benefit, the spiritual benefit of it, you will see in the Akhirah. Maybe you feel also here, but definitely you will be clear and shown in the Akhirah as a thawab, as a blessing. And this blessing is as if you visit the Prophet ﷺ in his lifetime. Same thawab. Yeah? MashaAllah. You visit the Prophet in his lifetime. Allah. Yes. You knock at his door, he says, Rasulullah is there inside, he says, come in. Yes. You go, you sit with him. All this, what is coming out from such a meeting with the Prophet, visit, you have if you visit a brother. How many times we pass the brothers not taking our time. Like Muhammad Amin Bargol, he used to say he was living in Kirchheim Bolan, near the Autobahn, and we were always passing when we went down or up. And he was saying, he passed away a long time ago, and he was saying, ich wohne jenseits der Route der Brüderlichkeit. Ich wohne jenseits der Route der Brüderlichkeit, hat er mal gesagt. Because the brothers are passing. I live, he said, I live beside beyond. I live beyond the way of brotherhood, beyond. Because he lives near the motorway, near, what's the big town there? Venja? Speyer, Alzheimer, what? Alzheimer also. Alzheimer. Yeah, when you go from here to Cologne, for instance, to our place, you pass. We pass very often, but we never take the time to go out for 10 minutes and visit Muhammad Amin Bargol. He came from Dagestan. He was from Dagestan. He read one of our books, and then he contacted us. When I was in Damascus, he was contacting still, a long time ago. And he was saying, I live beyond the route of brotherhood, because no one was visiting me. Yes. Jenseits der Route der Brüderlichkeit. Why we said this? What?
Visiting the Prophet.
Visiting the Prophet. Visiting brothers. Very important. Yes. And we are intending, this is good thing, this meeting. And the Sohbat is a special thing within our meeting. Zikr also, Sohbat also. The Sohbat we are intending to make, and we cannot make like the Sheikh, because Sohbat is with the Sheikh. But it is, nevertheless, it's true, because we know that Maulana, he was promising to be here, and he is here, and he saw him even before. So that Maulana invited us to this place. It's a special place. And so Maulana is here, and the Sohbat may be accepted, maybe, inshallah. Everyone intending that it is accepted. When he leaves the Sohbat, he is clean. No sin for him. Like he come from Hajj. Sofa of Naqshbandis, they are powerful. They are not normal Sohbat. They are powerful. And he said this, Maulana said this. Clean. Finish everything. No need to look back. Now we have a lesson for looking back. About looking back. Or anyone has a special question or a special urge to say something or in his heart, also we can. If not, yeah, I brought this book. This is a book, one of my books from 1980. I think it's from 80. Or 81, maybe 80. Because we used to sit with Maulana in Damascus in the beginning, time since 79, and it was a very good time. We had 2 lessons every day, 2 sohbas. One after Asr, one after Asr, and one after Isha. He was giving. There was tea. Tea is not here. But tea is very important because tea is half the way. Doesn't matter, now it's make it later. I have tea. We had a samovar there. There was a samovar. Samovar was standing there. And Abdul Salam, he was making tea. Giving tea in these small glasses. Sugar was put under the tongue and with lemon. Black tea with lemon. This one's important. And Maulana Quran Sheikh, he was saying tea is half the way. He was always drinking tea. And the other half of the way is a marriage. Because the Prophet, he said, Zawaj Nasfiti, marriage is half the way. So if you are married, drink tea. And relax. You have the full way, don't worry about anything. It is everything. Yeah, so easy. So easy way, mashallah. Yes. And we sit with him, with Maulana, 2 times a day for Sohbat. And we prayed with him 5 prayers in the Masjid al-Mahdi, that is the name of the Masjid of Grand Sheikh Abdullah al-Bastani. Maqam al-Isa Masjid al-Mahdi, it's called. It's this turab from the clay. He made it himself by his own hand, Grand Sheikh Abdullah al-Bastani, in the measures of the Kaaba. And it was a revelation for us to see Maulana Sheikh, and he spoke to us and he was all questions which we had until that time about Islam, about Sufism, so many things, it was unclear, so many things unclear. It was, he made us to ask, he take the questions out of our heart, put it on the table and answered. It was all him. He was answering the questions which he pulled out of our hearts, you see, like this. And also daytime, in the morning also after Fajr, we pray Fajr, but we went to Maulana every morning also, in his house, for audience. There were always people, different people. And then to listen, and then also every night we eat in his house. That time already. He had always guests. Not one day he has no guests. Always 20, 30, 50 guests. And yeah, this was a very intensive time. And we could not have enough from him. And I was in that time I was in a difficult situation because my Sheikh was with me in Damascus. Was not my Sheikh, but he put himself as a Sheikh. My Sheikh was that time Umar Ali Shah until Maulana, but the Amir from Umar Ali Shah was Sheikh Isa, and he was my direct Sheikh. He was with me. So there is a thing. If you go to another Sheikh, there is an issue, not easy. You see. Anyway, and he was also Majroub, this one. And after Isha, we used to bring Maulana Sheikh to his house. Maybe it was 50 meters or maybe 100 meters, maybe, walking like this, or 100 steps to his house from the masjid, from the mosque. And then this Majzoub Sheikh, he was in front of the door. It was late, it was Isha, and then in front of the door of the Sheikh, when we just said goodbye to the Sheikh, he said, Sheikh Effendi, shuya kahwa? In a funny Arabic way, he's asking from the Sheikh if he can drink a coffee in his house. Adab sis. That was the West, or we were Westerners, but without adab. Nighttime, after Isha, it's not sunnah, nothing. But we didn't know. Adab sis, can we drink coffee? He's asking. We didn't ask, but he asked. And the Sheikh said, yes, father, open the door. We went in. Haji Anna was sleeping already. Into his living room, sitting, Western Murids, Western Adabsis Lair, sitting. And what the Sheikh he did, he went to the kitchen and made the coffee for his strange verpeilten Muride, for his no adab Murids. He was not sitting with us because he was making the coffee. Then he came with the coffee. We were sitting on his sofas, Ottoman sitting sofas, which Maulana was sitting normally. We were sitting on the ground normally. What we sitting there? And then he brings the coffee. Everyone, thank you very much, Sheikh. Then the Sheikh disappeared again. He was not sitting with us because he was making his wird. He had a big wird, the wazifa. He had his wazifa. He was always attending his wazifa at that time fully. And since he was occupied with people from morning to night, that was the only time to finish his wazifa was after Isha. In privacy, he was finishing his wazifa. So he went back to the kitchen. We were sitting having the coffee, and he was in the kitchen making his wazifa. Astaghfirullah. When I think about this, my hair is coming like this, and I'm still getting rid from shame. But there's more things. I'm not responsible. I'm putting responsible on that Sheikh. Yes. To give you a picture. And then we were having the cassette recorder. Is that not Kassettenrekorder? Huh? Tape recorder at that time. Cassettes we were putting on the lessons from Maulana Sheikh. After these were written the books also, most of the books from Ibrahim Shukrallah. Mercy Oceans book one was the Americans. Book 2, then Hidden Treasures, Mercy Oceans, this, that, Hidden Oceans, Hidden Treasures, Uferloses Meer der Barmherzigkeit, many books, 50 books from Maulana, maybe more. And at the same time we were also writing. because it was also sunnah to write. And the Sheikh, he had sometimes also a notebook. He had a notebook when he was writing, when Grand Sheikh was speaking, Grand Sheikh Orbey, he was writing. And so we also wrote, some of us, Sheikh Mustafa, he was writing, and I was writing. I think we were the only ones who were writing. And from this books, this is from 80, this is now 33 years, no? No. 20, 30, 38. 38 years. School book from Damascus. School book, Defter. Defter, what they say in Arabic? Defter is Turkish. Yeah, they say also Defter. Ottoman. Ottoman style. Yes. Maybe we make a book from this. Another books, inshallah. There was one important lesson. This is all important, but this is very important. There was one night, the Prophet ﷺ, he was in the middle of the night, he was calling Bilal, radiallahu anhu, the muezzin of that time, and he was saying, make azan, call the people to the mosque. Now, middle of the night. Everyone was astonished, surprised, what is happening? Must be maybe tomorrow there's a war or something. And immediately we have to go, and everyone going, as they are coming to the mosque. And the Prophet, he was saying that he was saying to his companions, "Oh, my companions, this is a very important thing. So important that I called you just now, because Allah gave me an order, gave me the order to tell you this. It is so important that I called you immediately and to say it immediately, this order from Allah Almighty." Wasn't I here? Yeah. He was saying to them, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, my Lord, he sent just now, he sent Jibreel to me, Jibreel alayhi salam, and Jibreel was saying to me that the reason for the destruction of the Ummah al-Muhammadi is lying in, you can find the reason because people, they are speaking about a happening event which was just finished, maybe 2 hours ago, or 3 hours, or 1 week, or 1 day, or whatever. It's in the past. They are speaking about it. That is the reason. Yes? By this speaking, you bring up the happening again. Again. Bad happenings. It's about bad happenings. Bad happenings is forbidden to bring up again. It makes fitna, and it is the reason for destruction of the Ummah. It's so important that he is collecting, that Jibreel came down to say this, and that he was immediately bringing the people. Yes? And then Maulana, he was explaining, yes, that, for instance, two people, they are discussing, making a discussion, and everyone wants to have right, and maybe they are offending each other also. Things are happening. And then, when this is finished, yes, it should be finished. You must put it out of your heart. But they are not putting out after 2 hours or after 1 day, 2 days. Anytime after that happening again, yeah, you meet that person and you remind him, you said this to me, or this happened to me, why you said this, and what is, again, you bring everything, the whole fitna, you bring it again to life, for emotions, to run through your blood, everything. You see, this is the reason. Yes, you bring new fire. It was fire already once, it happened, and instead of leaving it, you make it again to come up. This kind of destructive fire, no? It's this destructive fire. Yes. That is the reason for the destruction of the nation, of the Ummah. It is called fitna. This is a fitna. Yes. Prophet said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the fitna is sleeping, you know. Fitna is sleeping. If you don't touch it, it is sleeping. Leave it to sleep, fitna. But he is speaking about it again, waking up the fitna, coming again. That person, he has the curse of Allah on him. You see? It's not an easy thing. We do it very often. We are experts in this. It's one of our habits. We do it all the time. If you don't do it with others, you do it with yourself. You do it. With yourself, you do it always. Always you. Like a cow. Yes. All the time. We love it. It's a habit. To be in depression and then you dream about it, wishing dreams, or regretting the things from the past. This makes it's a paralyze. It's a paralyze you. It's a paralyzation. If you are paralyzed, you cannot do anything. You cannot be good for the Ummah. Ummah is not living. It's not living. If you are paralyzed, finish. No, Ummah Muhammad is paralyzed, all of them. No power. Finished. When the Ottoman Empire finished, was finished. Was the last power, and then it was finished. And they put the flag of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which was 1,400 years was there. They put it in a box and put it in a museum. And the Shaitan, Beton Kemal, he was saying Sultanate is finished. Who is he? He's Shaitan. The real Shaitan, representative of Shaitan. Even you can see outwardly. When you see they have always his, you know how you say? Die Büsten von ihm, diese schwarzen Dinger. Sculptures. They have sculptures in every village. And they are mostly black. Black, they have a black color. And also he has these horns. Because he has some eyebrows and they put it a little bit more. It looks like Shaitan. Little horns. Yes. He said, finish the Sultanate. And Muslims are already sleeping, not coming up, fighting this Shaitan. They say, yes, Republic, hip hip hurrah. Yes. And they were corrupted already by the Young Turks. Corrupting. Young Turks, they learned in Switzerland, in Geneva. You also studying in Jannah? No. From the Jews. They learned, their teachers were Jewish. They teach them, and they bring this dirty thinking and dirty program. They brought it to Istanbul, that time. And finished. Yes, and we are also finishing it when we are in the past. Or we are in the future also. Future also we love it. Future. I think about the past, why I did this, it's terrible. What can we do? Nothing. And then tomorrow, maybe like yesterday, tomorrow, he's anxious about future. If he looks back, how he is. Madness from this. Allah says no. Did you hear anyone saying, or did Allah say, I invite you to my past, to my divinely past? You are invited to the divinely future. Never we heard this. Only we heard, you are invited to the divinely presence. Or not? I never heard a different thing like part. I invite you to the divinely past. Allah is now. Only now. And in reality there is only now. There is no past. Show me the past. No, you cannot. There is no past. There is only now. Also no future. No. It's an illusion. Allah is now. And the Sufi, oh Sufi, I call you Sufi, but you know what you are. Sufi is the son of the now, they say. Yes. He is the son of the now. Allah is now. Always now. Tomorrow is also now. And yesterday, it was the now of yesterday. Past only here, in your head, for your remembrance. You may use it. You can use it. You can say, yes, this happened, and I must be careful not to do the same mistake, or this or that. You can use it, but you must be with your consciousness now. If anyone managing, he is free. He gets free from the prison of the ego and the ego thinking and the mechanism of the thinking and the emotions. You know, this is like this. There's explanation, but it's not written here. But we are. Malana, you were saying, if anyone keeps bad things, dirty things which happened, he keeps them in his heart, then he's using his heart as a toilet, you can say. By using your heart as a toilet, there is toilet. Why you use your heart, you know? What is written here? If somebody coming to you and he's saying, I'm giving example, that brother, you had a fight with him, and he's coming to you, he's saying, do you remember what you said to me, this terrible word? Remember? That one is not here for the lesson for him, but then when that's for him, they are away. Do you remember? Do you remember what you said to me? And that means, if he says this, that means he kept this word, what the brother said to him, whatever, bad word maybe, he kept it in his heart. All the time. I'm keeping. Yes. For what? Your heart toilet for dirty things? What am I asking? remember dirty things, dirty happenings in your heart. Don't keep it. Have your heart for good things. You have a heart for what? For good things. For positive things, good things. That is, you can keep all remembrance, good remembrance, that is okay. Because it's useful. It's building up, it's constructive. No? Remember good things of the people and forget the bad ones. You know, this is like what we said yesterday. And he was saying, a good believer, strong believer, he's not remembering bad things also. You know, if you speak with believers and then you say, do you remember what is it? I don't know. You say, he's not occupied with this, he forgets it. And Allah helps you. If you make the niyyah to forget, Allah helps you to forget this also. And your heart is occupied with good things. There is no place for bad things to keep them. Yes. So that was the order then, that came the order from Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that moment, and he said to them, don't keep bad things in your heart and don't repeat them. Don't repeat them. We are repeating all the time. All the time, again and again. 1,000 times the same things I heard from people. Sicknesses, bad things, always. A thought is important. A thought has a power. A thought is very powerful. It is a vibration and it has a frequency and it is very powerful and maybe important for your health or your unhealth, your sickness. Very important. Yesterday we said this. Say to yourself, I am healthy, I am healthy, I am healthy, I am healthy. Take deep breaths. Make zikr and positive thinking. Yes, you must do. You can do. Thoughts, they have power. They have power. You can heal only by meditation and thinking. Also, someone can heal another one. They say Fernheilung. Fernheilung. You can heal someone from far. You are not physically with him. You cannot put your hand on him. That is maybe more powerful or also powerful, but you can, from far, you concentrate on that person, and you may heal. You may send him some healing, positive vibrations, frequencies, thinkings, zikrs. You can send him, and very good it is if that person is sleeping. It's better. Then it's coming to him. Or some people also, I know, they do it. They do it as a profession or like this, and then they phone the other one. He is ready. He is also concentrating on him. They are concentrating both, phoning, and then at that time, for half an hour or 20 minutes or 10 minutes, they are together, and it's more powerful. But even if he is not thinking about it, also it is reaching. That is a dua. That is the basic of the dua. Your dua. You know, our dua is not so. You know. Pray for me. Okay. Salam alaikum. Yeah, but you must put something inside in your dua. You see. At least we are too weak for this, but we may. Oh, I am too weak for this. You are, mashallah. And I give it to Maulana Sheikh. When I pray for someone, I say Maulana. Maulana Sheikh Nazim, also Sheikh Muhammad. He is very, very powerful. Sheikh Muhammad. We have experienced this and witnessed ask him for his merit, yes. Please pray for them. We are praying for them that you pray for them. With your permission, with your barakah. We have nothing. Yes. What is it? They are very powerful. Sheikh Maulana Sheikh is very powerful. When he makes dua, it's a different thing when we make dua. So there is something in that is like this healing he's sending. He's sending something. And here also there are some special people. So many he may send to that one, you see. That is important. Yes, so the Prophet, he was, so use your thinking and know that there are so many interesting things now coming with science also. But Sheikh Abdullah is not here. Abdullah from Grenoble, professor, who is making a speech about physics. I don't know if it's like quantum physics. You know, in the physics they found, they make research about thoughts. Very interesting, very powerful thoughts. Yeah. Look what you are thinking. Don't let yourself dreaming away, thinking this, thinking that, wishing this, wishing that, for nothing, you know, and you say it doesn't matter. It does matter what you think. It does. There's not one thought which has no result, no effect, which has no effect. It has effect in the universe. Every thinking you're thinking has an effect in the universe. Good thought, and it comes back to you also. It comes back. Good thinking coming back at one time. Bad thought, one bad thought coming back at a time. And you will see it also. Also, what you are doing, you will see, and what you are thinking, you will see. One atom of a good thing, you may see. You must see. It's written in the Holy Quran. وَمَنْ يَرَى مَسْكَلَةً ذَرَّةً خَيْرًا يَرَى فَمَا يَعْمَلْ مَسْكَلَةً ذَرَّةً شَرًّا يَرَى. Who is doing an atom of a good thing, he will see it. And who is doing an atom of a bad thing, he will see it clearly. Atom means it's not a big action, there's a big action, outside action. No, it's a thinking. If you think, that is an action. It's an action. Yeah? So we have to be careful. That is actually the beginning of your concentration, of your way. This. You see? You want to get rid of bad characters? Yes. Bad actions? Yes. Yes, you can try. But the beginning of it is that you think about it. First comes the thinking, then comes the action. Also, when you do something good, you have first the thought. First comes the thought, the inspiration, or whatever, or your thinking, or your habit, or something. Good thing, you do it after that. But first, it's here. Also, bad things. You do bad things, you do haram, and you think it doesn't matter. Shaitan says it doesn't matter. It's not so. And he's thinking this, and Shaitan also with him in this thought, and then he's doing it. If he is thinking to do it, and he's controlling at the right time, he's controlling himself, he says, no, I don't do it. Then Allah writes for him a good deed. A thawab. Like he did a good deed. You see? If he cannot change it, he cannot help it, his ego is boss, he's doing the action, then it is written as one bad action. It's like Allah is dealing with this. If you make a good action, He's giving you 10 times. 10. Yes. If you have the intention for a bad action but you don't do it, it's one good action. This is the mercy of Allah Almighty. So we have, but it's controlling is a concentration. It's a concentration for us. Yes, especially for, and it has also to do with the zikr. The zikr must be with love, must be with concentration. Yes, people saying, I make zikr. How long you make zikr? Yes, it's 40 years now. But there's no result. It's the same. What happened? What zikr you make? Yeah, I make 10,000 Allah every day. 10,000 Allahu Akbar. How many salawat? 1,000 every day. MashaAllah. What happened? Nothing. No concentration. Only program. Only a number. Only number. No. It's good to do it, yes. Intention is okay, but you must, to reach a result, it has to be with quality. No? With quality. And quality gives you the Rabita to Sharifa with the Sheikh. If you feel that this is not, there's no love or no sweetness, must be sweet. Zikr. There must be sweetness. It is promised and it is shown. And if there is not, or you think it's not enough, ask the Sheikh. Ask him directly. In your Rabita, ask him, oh Sheikh, send me, you are sweet, you are the one, the sweetest, and most lovely, and most shining, and most lightful, enlightening our lives, changing our lives. Through you we live, if we live. Through you, without you, no life. So give me, O Sheikh, for the honor of Prophet and the honor of your haq, give me from your sweetness in my zikr, so that they can approach. That they can approach. And I'm not claiming anything, O Sheikh. I am not claiming. I am nothing. My zikr should be your zikr. Even I don't want to make zikr. Your zikr is enough for me. Give me. Give me. I make that wazifa. I follow the order. I am obeying. But I don't claim anything. What do you want to claim in front of the Sheikh? Nothing. Die. That one Rumi was saying the story. There were dervish is sitting with his master, a holy night, beautiful night, coming tajallis from the master, one or the other. And the dervish is saying, oh, my master, mashallah, I see you shining like a big candle in the universe. I started to say like this, and the Sheikh says, die. And then but he cannot help it, he sees, oh Sheikh, now you become a flower, like a rose of the universe. I see it, oh Sheikh, Maulana. Die. Stirb. Vergiss alle Visionen. Alles, wo du so auch drauf abfährst. Forget it. Your visions, even if you see me, doesn't matter. Forget it. You must die. I accept you only when you die. Yeah. This is like, you cannot claim anything in front of the Sheikh. So the thoughts is important. To have a concentration on the thoughts. To start. You have to start. And it's before the action. You have to concentrate on your thinking. Don't think bad things. again and again. It's haram. It's here. Prophet calling the companions in the middle of the night to say this important thing from Jibreel himself, brought from Allah Almighty directly as an order. But no one listening, and Ummah destroyed. He was giving order, Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, don't keep bad things in your heart and don't repeat them after some time again. No. This is so important, said the Prophet, that I was calling you in the middle of the night and immediately to say this to you. Then Maulana, he is continuing, he was saying it is the attribute of the believer and high character of the believer not to have negative things, bad things in his heart. But such things, if they appear or they came to him, he threw them away, he threw it out, and he is keeping only good things. That means you have to be alert, consciousness. If anyone taking this serious, he's very busy. From morning to night. Very busy with this. To concentrate on this. If he takes it serious. He's busy. He has no time for I don't know what. To struggle, to make discussions, to speak about other people. He has no time. No, he cannot. He is concentrating. Yes. There is no way for, in the real belief, there is no way for vengeance. Vengeance? Rache. Feelings of, to vengeance? Revenge. Revenge. In the true Islam, there is no room for revenge. This is from Maulana. Where you read this? Nowhere. This is man of Islam. Yes, they say, no, it's the Quran, you can revenge it. Well, of course you can. But if you want to be a real Muslim, in reality, you are forgiving. No revenge. In the true Islam. This is a very important lecture, Maulana was saying. You have to keep it. He was saying to us. It is the honor of humankind. This is honor of humankind. This makes you, if you keep such a thing, that gives you honor. That is the honor of human beings. And if you are like that, in a good way, you will not be angry with anyone. Not with anyone. No. No room for that. You're not angry about anyone, not angry, not only angry, you have no issue with anyone. No bad thinking, let's say. Any negative. You don't have if you keep that advice. And so we are weak and we can't do it, but there is rules, so we have the rules. That is the rules of Islam. Yes, they come. So Allah is showing us, where to go. And there's rules in Islam. If you are angry with someone or someone is angry with you, you have to forget it. And it's not easy, you must digest and you have to forget it and the timing of the forgetting is that when you wash your turban, you wash it, you put it in the sun or in the air to dry. When it is dry, you must have forgotten that thing. Must be out of your heart. Very, very important. If such a thing would be done, we would be almost in paradise. You see? Yes. This will come, inshallah. Yes. And also the general rule is that Maulana was saying, and it's written in the Holy Quran, Prophet was saying this, that the believer, when he is angry with him, and then they don't see each other, they don't greet each other, this happens, and they have some issue, some quarreling, it is not allowed in Islam to keep this separation more than 3 days. Not more than 3 days. More, then you come to haram. That is halal, still halal. It's not light, but it's halal. But after 3 days, not saying salams and keeping this, that is haram. And you have to go, if you have such an issue, go to that person, say, apologize and try to speak or apologize, or if you can just apologize on yourself, even you are right and he is wrong, doesn't matter. It's not the point. It's not the point. You are right, he's wrong. But you are apologizing, you must make the step, and then it's okay. And if you can help someone to reconcile, it's the best, I think it's one of the best actions you can do. Prophet was saying it's the most liked action in Allah's sight, this thing. You can help to reconcile two persons. That's very important. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he was saying, on the other hand, if someone he is leaving his brother, separating from his brother more than 3 days, his brother in Islam, more than 3 days, coming shaitan in his neck. Or you can say shaitan controls him. That is a curse. On the other hand, if you come to the haram time, shaitan is coming, he is keeping you, and he is controlling you. And for 40 days. Yes. Habt ihr einen Platz zum Beten? Hä? Kannst du hier beten? Komm her ein bisschen. Hier ist Platz. Hier ist Platz. Komm rüber. Komm her. Komm hier. Ist okay. Bismillah. Yes, sir. 40 days. If you, after 40 days, you are still insisting on that situation, Shaitan is ready for you for 1 year. Yes. And if someone is under the control of Shaitan, Iman finished. Can you imagine which situation we are now? Human beings, Ummah Muhammad. Yeah, they are in this situation. It's finished. Nothing. Nothing. Terrible. Why do you think these things happen? For nothing in Middle East. It's not for nothing. Yes, so that is the reason why it is forbidden, strongly forbidden, more than 3 days to be angry with someone or have an issue with someone. every lesson, Grand Sheikh Abdullah Astani was saying, any sohbat, any subject what we have is giving a perfume, special perfume from Islam, or spirit, special spirit, of Islam for our souls. And this gives power. It gives power for our souls and power also for our belief. Maybe and I know I'm also doing this, we repeat the same stories very often. But it doesn't matter. It is always, even you say the same story, also with stories, sometimes you say the same, but it's always a little different form. It's a different form, and it doesn't matter. As we said, it is a no. It is, the contents, what is inside, the good thing, that is always working, having an effect. Doesn't matter how many times you tell the same story. And Maulana Sheikh Abdullah Astani was saying, if you say one story, it is referred to the momental being, appearance, and the moment. It's always different, never the same. Okay, but that is another lecture. We finish, inshallah. We can go on next time, inshallah. Anyone has a question for this? Because it is important thing for our daily life and every day, and our community and everything. It's very important. Yeah? Thanks, Sarah. Yes. That means, yes, that was Maulana, he was saying, don't leave your anger out and become like a dragon, wie sagt man? Feuerspeiend. Wie heißt es auf Englisch? Huh? A dragon with a fire coming out of his mouth. Spitting fire. Don't become like that, because you burn yourself and everything around you. With anger, real anger, people burn. Houses, families, people, communities can be burned by such a power of anger. And the rule is that you don't let it out. If you are angry and you can just keep your control, Prophet was saying, sit down if you are angry. And if it is not enough, it's not going away, lie down, so that the balance is coming back. That means you breath. When you stand up and you are very angry, you are not breathing. You're like this, there is no breath. Finish the breath at that moment. You have to sit down, you take a breath. Also, it's enough if you cannot sit down, maybe outside at the bus stop, somebody hits you, and or he offends you, you are very angry, but you cannot sit down, there is nothing. Then you take a breath, deep breath. One deep breath already makes you cool. Yes, a conscious breath. You're saying, okay, I'm concentrating on the breath. Make one deep breath and you're in a different state. Everyone can test this. One is enough. Very important. We neglect this fact. Although Shah Naqshband, he was not making one breath unconscious, with unconsciousness in his life. Also Sheikh Abdullah Astani, every breath was conscious. Every breath was Alhamdulillah. I am breathing in, Alhamdulillah. Breathing out, Alhamdulillah. Another one. It's a gift from Allah, my life. You see? So you swallow it, and the psychologists, people of this century, they are saying, you must bring it out. Shaitan saying to them, bring it out, to burn it, to make it more difficult. You know, because yet you get sick, you get a Geschwür, Magengeschwür, ulcer, how do you say? Ulcer? Huh? Yeah, something in your stomach or whatever, you know, you get sick. If you don't let it out, you must leave it out quickly. No, you make it worse. But that is right what you are saying. You have to digest it. You cannot just pour it back and, no, you have to digest. And digesting means to transform it. There is a fire of anger. It's a destructive fire, very destructive fire. You may transform it into another fire, in the fire of Iman. Iman is also fire, kind of fire. But a light, it's like a light. It's a good fire, so to say. And fire of anger is a destructive. You have to change it. You have to change it inside. You have to sit down or lay down. You think about it. You think about it. You say, when you are angry, you can assume or say that you are wrong. Because there's no way ever for anger. No. There's no justification whatever, anytime, any place, in any case that you are angry. No. Molana was saying maybe one exception. You may be angry at your ego. But also but in certain situations, or you may be angry at your ego. That is the only permission sometimes. But anything else, no permission. So when you are angry, you can say, I am wrong. That is a good situation, a good condition that you are starting to digest you say, where's your part that you got angry? Why you got angry? What is your thing? Which button they pressed so it came up within you? There's something wrong. I have to correct it, and so on. You digest it and you transform it. There's a transformation in a good thing. So finally, Allah is saying, I think it's in the Holy Quran, that there is an implication that Allah change our bad things into good things. He changed it into good things. Bad things changing into good things. So you have to digest. That is important. Drinking water, breathing. Because it is if you are angry and exploding, that means that you have no room. You have no room. You get pressed by something, by somebody or some situation. You get pressed. You are in pressure. Many times in the working situation and so many things, always you get pressed. Your timing, everything is narrow. Your wife quarreling, your husband quarreling, this, that, and it's like this. And there's no way out. Somehow, you are not thinking, you're not noticing. So finally, more pressure, then it's coming explosion. Must. You have to notice before that, you have no room. There's no room. What do you do if you have no room? You must be explode. Must explode. It's a law. If there's no room, coming a room, new room, by explosion. So before that happens, you have to take a distance to make more room. Take one breath, even one breath gives you room. If you make one breath, gives you room. Because you take the distance from yourself. You are thinking is with emotions. So they press the button, he's saying this to you, that, my emotion coming, all things coming up, and so I am caught. You see? But if you take, and the ego is identifying with this is the point. That you are saying, yeah, this is me, I'm this situation, I know it, also 1,000 times happened. This is me, this is my life, I might say, yeah, I am this one, I must be angry. I like to be angry, I must be angry. Now, it's the time, yes. Yeah, we are functioning like this. Not you, but I know myself. I'm a very famous angry person. Yes, Hassan der Schreckliche. Yes, yeah, Maulana gave me the name. When he heard Hassan, I gave salams to Cyprus, and then he said, huh, Hassan? Ah, very angry person. I know what I'm talking about. We take it as an advantage, you see? And this is you. And if this is you, there is no way. There is no distance. Ego is totally with that situation, and yes. Yes. When you say one breath, you take the distance, what happens? You start to look. You look at this. It's not you anymore. Even one breath gives you distance, another one more distance, another one more distance, more distance. You see, you can look. Now you can look. You have the time, you have the room to look at the situation. You see, this gives you the possibility to digest it and to solve it. It's solved. It's solved, aufgelöst. Huh? Solved, no? You solve it. Yes. Anything else? Huh? Welcome. We go outside a little bit. Another walk. ومن الله توفيق بربط الفاتحة. Weather is beautiful, mashallah, landscape is beautiful. You take a breath outside, inshallah.